Hey everyone, it's your girl Alfia. Thank you so much for letting me come onto the channel. So we're going to talk about Beyond the Gate. I am caught up and I want to talk about it. So we find the helmet, we find the gloves, we find everything. We find the jackets. Oh my god. How you give away the jacket that she was riding on? I'm going to go ahead and say it. Leslie was getting sloppy. Okay, Jacob, I need you to get little Miss Nancy Drew, because I'm going to go ahead and say it. I am not Team Cat. I am Team Ava, but I'm also say this. Cat, you really was finding everything. I hope the judge really do throw out this case, because for the simple fact is you really did find stuff under that girl's bed. It's like you trying so hard. But I'm gonna go ahead and say, Ava, why are you protecting your mama? Why the hell are you protecting your mother? If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and you don't miss any of my updates when it comes to Beyond the Gate. Alright, I want to get into it. Do y'all think that Bill, now y'all know I go all over the place, so just bear with me. Do y'all think Bill is getting his karma for cheating on his wife and then finally divorcing her and going to be with one of his mistress, which is Haley Hamilton? Haley is Naomi's friend. If you haven't already, you might want to check out Beyond the Gate CBS. They're on episodes 67, 68, 69, one of those episodes. But you guys don't want to miss any of these updates. Okay, let's get into tap into Beyond the Gate. Okay. Let me see what episode we're on. Wanted to show me. Okay, we're gonna be on episode 69 tomorrow. Yep, episode 69. And there is a rumor saying that it's 200 episodes. So if it's 200 episodes, we are still not even close to the mark of 200. So that's even good. And we got renewed. I am so excited about this. But let's get into it. All right. Of course, you know Chelsea is into girls and guys, and she was messing with a married couple, and she wanted to explore with the wife because she thought they had a wonderful time. So the woman sadly declined or whatever. Okay, so Chelsea's met a new chick, Madison, and she's like, I hope you're not gonna walk away. Chelsea, you're being a little thirsty, baby. Want me to get you some water? And I will say this, I like Chelsea's character. I do. And I like the fact that she's open and she is doing her thing. But I'm going to go ahead and say I need you and Kat to focus on y'all personal line. Kat's trying to be Nancy Drew, like Leslie said. And it's like she's all... I'm going to go ahead and say it. Kat, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Kat, Ava is your sister. Half sister, I understand. And I'm not saying y'all going to be best friends. Never going to say that, because everybody don't get along with their sibling. But regardless of what you do or try to take your sister down, your dad's still gonna try to be there for her because he missed so much out of her life. And I understand, baby, you gotta understand, your shine is not your shine like that. And I want her to get in her head, but she probably won't get in her head. Y'all are sisters and y'all don't have to get along, and that is totally fine. But Ava is not gonna go nowhere, even if she does go to jail. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Ava, when you saw your mom pull out the helmet, why did you take the helmet to the hotel? For the life of me, why would you do that? I would have turned my mama in, because this is the same mama that said that you ran Laura off the road. She told Kat that on a recording, and Kat took it to Jacob. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Kat is working overtime, and I'm gonna say this: you need to work overtime on these purses. That's what you really do. I understand you're trying to get there for Laura. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not kind of happy that Laura back at work. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's just, I don't know. Maybe her character going to have to boost some, what you call it. I don't want to see her in the hospital either, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't know. If she's not really, I don't know. It's just Laura's character. I wasn't ready for her to come back and go to work or whatever. And then I like that Ava is helping her, and I like the fact that Laura is not treating her different. I really like that. I'm gonna go ahead and say Laura gets kudo points. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm glad that she back. I'm gonna go ahead and say that, even though I really don't, but then I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just flow with it. I'm just gonna work with it because she's being nice to Ava. Kat's not being nice at all. She's just on the radar to get her. She's been like that. But like I said, she cannot change the fact that is your father's child. Your father had an affair. And then of course, why is Leslie in Ted's room? Okay, I know everybody does not like the new Ted. I was the first one to say, hey, I'm not ready for the new Ted. But he's not doing bad. Now, I will say this: we were so used to looking at the old Ted. Now we're seeing this new Ted, and then we have our interaction with him and Nicole, and then they had one at it wasn't Orpheus, the other place. It's like a restaurant or whatever, and Leslie walks in, and then Nicole leaves. Baby, you're giving the side piece the power. I need you to sit there and fight for your husband. Because I'm going to go ahead and say it. I like the fact that Ted is not like, every day I'm going to go say something. I love the fact that he sent her flowers and he talked about their time in Hawaii or whatever. But I need Nicole. I understand you are hurting, yes, but I'm also say this: I need you to get out that stubborn mood. And let's talk about Vanessa. Vanessa, how you gonna be talking about Ted and you cheating on your husband Doug? Baby, Doug don't even know you slept with Joe. You don't got to be with Joe. Lord have mercy, you got to be with the devil. Lord have mercy. Stop throwing that hot pocket everywhere. Stop throwing that hot pocket. Like, it's aggravating. How the hell you gonna throw hot pockets? And Joe done caught it. And now her husband needs her help. Now, Vanessa, if you have $250,000 laying around, I suggest you help your husband. Because I'm going to go ahead and say it. You done threw that hot pocket, and he probably still going to stay with you. And I'm going to say this. Yes, Doug was cheating up with that table. Just slinging them chips. But you throwing the whole hot pocket. You were the one that took vows with Doug. You sitting here throwing everybody. You done throw it to, what is his name? What is that, what is that guy's name? That trainer's name? She done slept with him. It was another guy at another restaurant saying he liked what they did. Baby, why is you throwing this hot pocket? Okay, let's talk about Andre and Danny. This is the one I've been waiting for talk about. I am team Andre and Danny, but I know her heart is still with Bill, and it's okay. But I need her to really understand that Bill gave you that fuck you, Danny, I'm with Haley. But when he had that whole first sign of that stroke and Naomi was there and then Haley was there, okay, let's take a moment. Danny found out and she came to the hospital. She had a conversation with Bill, and you could tell Haley's feeling that way. But I'm gonna go ahead and say ding 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 ding. A little bell need to click. You was a side piece that became a main piece. But I'm gonna say this: you took someone else's husband, and you really thought you could sit there and feel some type of way. Yeah, you have every right to feel some way, but that's somebody else's husband that you took. Now, if she gonna sit here for her husband, that's okay, because that was her husband before he was your husband. Now, I know Danny does not believe that Haley is pregnant, but she came over to the test, and then she didn't want to pee in front of her. Or she said, well, we can go to the hospital. You can get sick. I'm not doing all that. Well, honey, you came over there to prove a pregnancy test. You need to go ahead and prove that you're pregnant too. Because, like she said, you can buy it on the internet. But who would want to buy a pregnancy test and then flaunt somebody else's a stick that someone else peed on? Okay, Danny, I need you to be a little bit more smart and just think about it. I loved how the fact that Chelsea found out about her being pregnant. She didn't hide it from her mom. She went straight to her mom's house. She's like, you need to sit down. Her mom didn't want to sit down. And Danny is hurt. I'm going to go ahead and say, Danny, did you want another child? But she already had two, so yeah. And Haley, having a child with Bill, why did you want to have a child with Bill? Because y'all had talked about not having children. Y'all was just going to be about y'all. Now you want a child? But I want to say this. Why is the soap opera speeding up faster than Sisters is? It's speeding up fast. I was like, dog. She wasn't pregnant. She is pregnant. I'm like, wow, that's fast. And they say soap opera is kind of like what's called, but it's moving kind of fast. But I guess because it's every day, so it's moving kind of fast. I like that, I do. But no shade to Sisters, but I'm just saying because we did have the storyline Karen being pregnant since 2021, and I think each season is week. I don't even know what it is anymore. And then they did time jumps, and then I don't know. It was just confusing. But hopefully, when season 10? Season 9 comes back. Karen has the babies, and we're going about our day. But let's go back to Beyond the Gates. Vanessa in this hot pocket and sleeping with Joe. I just think that was just wrong. But I will say this: Vanessa's outfits for the past they were cute. She got her hair a little different. She got a little cute for Joe, like she don't have a husband. And how she was not there for his cast getting taken off, I really did feel bad for her. She was like, I'm sorry or whatever. Baby, why was you not there? You was over there trying to get sticky with Joe, and then you done got sticky with Joe, and Joe was trying to set him up, so he set her up, so Douglas up so he could see his wife. That's a lot, y'all. I just don't even know how to unpack that. But I'm gonna keep watching Beyond the Gates. I had got behind, but I got back caught up. But I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm trying to stay on top of it. But you guys, if you haven't already, please check out Beyond the Gate. Every day comes on at 2 p.m. on CBS, and it also comes on Paramount Plus. It be released the new episodes at 6 p.m. And you guys don't want to don't want to miss it. It comes on Monday through Friday, and it's a good show. I like it. And I'll go ahead and say we need to keep supporting this, because this is for people of color that needs to support this, and I'm really excited. Well, all race can support it, but black people really need to help one another when it comes to certain shows. I know a lot of people downplay Tyler Perry, but I will say this about Tyler Perry: he keeps a lot of people employed. But it's not like I said employed. But I hope you guys loved my review, and I hope you guys check out Beyond the Gates. Thank you guys so much, and that's all I have for right now. Thank you guys. All right, bye.